But this was all about giving the audience what they want and just like respecting their opinion, which is so important. So. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jyoti.
And Shruti, what's up?
She's back. Oh, what's up?
With my camera set up correctly.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I like it.
Yes.
Ha. So listen, special reaction today because Sidhu and Divine have come together.
This is just, it's quite surreal, isn't it?
Yeah. I know we reacted to Mera Na. That only felt surreal.
Yeah.
Now like this collab thing.
I mean, I had to come back for this. मतलब ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है कि मैं इसके लिए आके react ना करूँ? Like ये तो मतलब बनता है ना? Like But a lot of I know uthal-puthal happened online because of this song, right?
Yeah. So let me just it's premiered on July 8th, this video.
Okay.
Today's the 14th, so it's been 6 days. It's still number 5 on trending for music.
I'm surprised it's dropped to number 5 because I know when it released, it was like,
yeah. But so here's the story. There was a beat that was used when Divine performed this live, and I think he did that at Lollapalooza in Jan. Just kind of gave the audiences like a sneak peek of the track. People loved that beat and they were like, fire, what a track, can't wait, it all happened. So then they dropped the song with a different beat or a different production. So
ये तो नाइंसाफी है.
Yeah, but like it would have been okay if it was I don't know, like.
But after that, what happened is really
people
cool,
didn't
right?
People didn't like it as much. He got the feedback, and I'm so like impressed that he's so open to feedback, Divine, because he just immediately put a story saying, "We'll give the people what you want. Just give us a little time." And I think within 24 hours they replaced the audio on all platforms.
Correct.
Crazy,
which is so cool. It's so cool. I mean, that's the basic respect that, this track and this collab would have deserved. More than the audience, to the artist, to the artist, being fair to the artist now who's no more, but you of course, his fans go by default, wo artist se fan tak to aane wala hai, and you want to listen to it the way it was envisioned. And if the beat existed then why didn't it now? And was it like, okay, either way, I'm just happy here we are, and now we can actually react to it.
So I'm liking that you take audiences' feedback, like audiences' voice matters. That's the moral of this story, So it's lovely to see, and props to Divine for listening and for getting it done. And let's see, music production is Drug Beats, Mex Manny and Navjosh, mixing engineer Hanish Taneja, Luca Pretosi, master engineer. Okay, sample track Chorni Hu Main by Lata Mangeshkar. Just saying, they cleared a big sample as well. So that's nice. And let's get into it. Let's see what's happening. The video released a few days later. So in hindsight, it was a good decision to delay the video because then the video released with the new audio, which is good.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Chalo, let's watch. Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
Sidhu Moose Wala. आओ टेंशना च पईयां ने सरकारां खबरां ना भरियां ने अखबारां आओ टैपू टल्लियां दी हुणे खैर नहीं तौबे दियां सड़कां ते नाट 11 सब डरदे आ अंजाम तो बस असले सुबह हो शाम तो हो तैनू जेड़े लगदे आ घैंट वाले मिठी ओ थर कंबदे आ मेरे नाम तो चढ़ाई आ अग लाई आ सिद्धे शब्दां च पिछे तत पाई आ ओ तेरी गली आ महल्ले दा भाई नहीं है पंजाब तो मूसे वाला पाई है कोठा पैड़ा है माड़ा खैड़ा है आओ मालवे दा यट्टी यट पैड़ा है बॉलीवुड दी कमेडी वाला सीन नहीं गोली मत्थे विच मारे बड़ा पैड़ा है हो जेल पेके है हो बड़े पेखे है हथ वैरियां दे सिवियां ते सेके है जे पुछदी तू लोकां दा रंग उड्डे देख बट फोल्डिंग झोले विच एक है हो टेडी लाइन है गैंग साइन है सिर परचे बथेरे मुंडा फाइन है ओ दबदा नहीं भोरा यट फाइन है ओ मूसे वाले नाल टुंड वाइन है
किया मैंने यहाँ सबसे प्यार मुझसे कोई नहीं करता प्यार दुनिया बहम अब ऐसे से यहाँ बनते दोस्त जलन से सिर्फ मिलता हार दुनिया बहम सलामत रहे दोस्त यार किसी के लिए नहीं मांगे हार दुनिया बहम अमर रहे मेरे दोस्त जो पार मिलके तुमसे अब करनी बात दुनिया बहम बचपन से गुस्से वाला लेजेंड में हूँ मुझसे आला कुत्ते जब रोते मतलब कोई किसी का खोने वाला सही में था कोने वाला आंसू और धोने वाला टेबल पर लेबल अब है स्ट्रगल को सायोनारा कभी ना झुकने वाला आड़ में ना चुकने वाला जितनी मुश्किलों से ज्यादा गले में लटकते माला मूसा निप्सी पाक और सीखा मैंने इनसे what is real hip hop और realist heart के साथ realist बात हम real थे कल और हम real है आज सलाम मेरे भाई और जाना है तो सबको छोड़ना काम मेरा भाई तेरा नाम मेरा भाई तेरा धन तेरा शन कुछ पल की कमाई कुछ लेकर ना जाना कुछ साथ में ना लाए वो पैसा ही क्या है जिसको साथ में ना खाए आवाज में है दम ये है बॉम्बे लिखाई समंदर किनारे से आग लेकर आए घर अनाज लेकर आए हर बीट को चबाए रख के दिल पे रजाए तू बस सुन मेरा भाई तू बस सुन मेरा भाई और किया मैंने यहाँ सबसे प्यार मुझसे कोई नहीं करता प्यार दुनिया बेईमान पैसे से यहाँ बनते दोस्त जलन से सिर्फ मिलता हार दुनिया बेईमान सलामत रहे दोस्त यार किसी के लिए नहीं मांगे हार दुनिया बेईमान मर रहे मेरे दोस्त जो पार मिलके तुमसे अब करनी बात दुनिया बेईमान
Oh, that action.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Oof, oof. Wow. So any idea if any part of this was already recorded before, or was the entire thing, especially the Sidhu Moose Wala parts, were they deep fake? Like, was it entirely?
No, it was recorded before. I think Sidhu's bits were recorded.
Parts.
It was, yeah, no, the whole thing. I don't think any of his vocal parts were.
Not vocal, visual.
Oh.
I'm talking
visual,
about the video.
Visual for sure. I think the whole visual is
the
that.
video whole thing was deep fake.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if all of his other music, which is unreleased, now all thanks to technology, if one can use that deepfake avatar and release it, like that'll
that's apparently the plan.
Changing the game. Oh, good, very good, because it's changing. Like what a time we live in, right? Like even after a person is gone, this whole technology will literally help a person still be there. His essence is anyway there with his music, you know. And but like on one side, I have to take a step back and just appreciate the entire, you know, turn technology is bringing to our lives. While there's enough argument about many things, but this is the part where you appreciate it, you know. So nice. And those parts are very impactful as well. Because his voice with his face is just like you can't. Like, you know, it just pulls you in. You want to pause, you want to listen, you want to see what is being spoken, and you want to like that whole tractor, you know, on the way they had kind of superimposed it on the bridge. It was quite an amalgamation of things. The thought was interesting. I kept thinking of, you know, because Chorni kept going through it, the sample beat, and I kept thinking, why Chorni? And I know it matched with the words and it matched with the whole vibe of it कि जब आप उस level पे पहुंच जाते हो आसपास आपके you know चोर होंगे ही and आसपास आपके वो snakes वाली line and like you know ये सब बातें लिखी हुई थी that despite that you move on, despite that you grow, and that's what that was being like sung also in certain lines. But it just still kept I kept thinking that is there more to it than just that for using a sample of Chorni, and you know, so it was just many thoughts. But overall, did I like it? I liked the first half a lot, actually. I was fully grooving with it. I was like, the beat was like, and Divine's part, it was very nice. Certain elements I heard Divine doing, which I haven't heard him do before, in the way he kind of plays around with, you know, his words. But overall, it's a very one of those songs कि सुन के आपके अंदर ना ऐसे जोश सा आ जाएगा और आप करोगे जो आप कर रहे हो life में, like with that much more gusto. But usually flex tracks are not my scene, so I know I usually don't listen to it. But will I listen to it again purely because it's a Sidhu Moose Wala collab? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, you know, if it plays, it's not like I'm going to be like, nahi, ye mood nahi kar raha, forward kar do. I will sit and listen to it. Also, like, not just because of an emotional angle, because the start of it is actually, it's got that whole beat. You really like, you get gripped into it.
You liked Sidhu's verse more, basically, no?
That's
that
true.
Part. Yeah.
That also, I also like Divine's verse. SNE, I didn't like it. But I think, I don't know, I feel like the punch wasn't equally matched.
The impact wasn't, as hard. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's by design, or if it was like willingly done, or it's just what it is.
I mean,
wo
jo hai, we can't involve.
Exactly.
How we felt.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'll tell you, I had goosebumps at 2 points. There was one punchline of Sidhu's where I suddenly I had goosebumps. I was like, whoa. And the power, that's exactly what you're saying. Like the power that was packed in his verse and in so many of his lines, and even in the even in the vocal delivery of those lines, was like, it really gets you. And then I had goosebumps again when Divine came in and he started, because that transition was very powerful and very well done. But as Divine's verse progressed, I kind of felt a little lack in the punch as it went. And I feel like maybe I don't know if it had anything to do with because his voice is so, we've said this before, his voice is a powerful voice. It's a very unique voice. A lot of the punch in his songs gets carried through because of the voice, right? So a lot of times someone with a voice like his, I feel like they can get by with weaker lyrics because the audience
I know what you mean.
The power so much anyway because of the voice, right? So I felt that's what was happening. This song didn't not have the punch, but it didn't have the same like impact for me as Sidhu's verse, Divine's. But it still worked because of his voice. But I feel like the lyrics could have been more powerful. You know, I felt like the lyrics were not hitting me in Divine's verse, and I felt like there's a bit of like a standard Divine like flow that's now you hear from him most of the time. So I wish that was kind of like there was some variations happening there. Like that was my thought, because you say that whole something wale and then something wale and something is sayonara. You know, like it was. I felt like okay, I've heard this from Divine before.
That I thought he was trying to match it with Sidhu Moose Wala. Like, you know, the whole thing of Sidhu Moose Wala, like, you know, that and then whatever Wala. He was trying to like kind of. So I felt exactly the opposite of what you're saying. That usually his flow, which is always there, he kind of tried to go a little away from that and towards Sidhu Moose Wala's flow.
He did in parts.
He did it in parts, exactly. Now this is the issue that happened. You know, while listening, in those experimental parts, it was sounding fun. But then suddenly it would dial back and become his own flow, which then was clashing. So it's like either you stick to one flow or you find that middle ground of a flow. But of course, we're not experts. We're just talking purely, you know, sunne ke baad ekdam se kaisa feel hua.
No, you have to do variations in your flow. That's fine in a verse and in a song. But I'm just saying that there were parts of it that felt very familiar and they weren't hitting with the punch that they normally hit in a Divine track. So maybe it was because of the lyrics not being very strong for us, or it could be that the listener fatigue that we've heard this flow from him before, like the similar sound is happening. It could be multiple things. Don't know. But it is what it is. That's how I felt. And then he did do variations and changes, but I don't know, I didn't feel a very strong, but it was overall as a package, the song is very powerful, because by the time it ended also I had goosebumps. So multiple places if you're getting goosebumps and it's giving you that feeling, that means it's having an impact. And you know, you don't normally get goosebumps unless it's a very strong impact. So
correct.
That is what it is. I feel the sample of Chorni was probably used. Could it be because Bazigar ka sample worked so well? Because I honestly didn't feel like Chorni ka kuch relation tha zyada is gaane ki theme se ya lyrics se.
Really? But there were certain lines, no? When they were talking about when you reach a certain level in life and, you know, whatever, there will be snakes around you. And there will be people who chori karna chahte hain. Literally, like the word chori was also, I think, used in certain Divine ka lines.
Maybe.
So
but Lata's G song is something different. Chorni hu main, like, you know, uska vibe.
But that's why they kept using just one
a word sample. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe I'm overthinking.
So I did. No, but you're right. I mean, I'm just thinking
just contemplating different things.
Correct. Like Bazigar worked with Bazigar, the song, the sample worked with the song really well. Right? But yahan pe, I feel like you're right. You're right in contemplating that why Chorni. You know?
We don't know. We can only wonder. But also, like, I feel like, okay, a song like this is important to come out because there is a lot of angst around, him not being there anymore. And there's a lot of, obviously, music that he left behind recorded. So it has to be brought forward. And for that...
And it's a first of a kind. It's a first of a kind where you're actually creating a song like this, you know?
Yeah, and also the video is like, my God. By the way, I'm scrolling back and wahan pe 18-second pe most replayed track when he's on top of, I think that's the top of the Burj Khalifa. I don't know. It's that platform. I don't know which building it's on top of. But like really nicely recreated him for a video. So props to the video team for that. I think that's a huge treat for the fans. And this song is going to ride on that legacy, I feel.
Correct.
So, props to everyone and props to Divine for really like it takes a certain level of humility to accept ki okay, changes are needed and you guys are the are the reason we do this. So we'll give you what you want. So,
but you've got to give that to Divine for many things. Like, you know, there are ways he's always like kuch naya hoga na. So definitely, like every song he tries to do that some new element, something new to introduce, which he's constantly trying, and which like hats off for that.
Yeah. He's doing all these like collabs, and he's always like trying to bring something new.
At the level he is, it's not easy to. Yeah, it's not easy to put yourself out there so much and take so many risks, but he doesn't shy away from that, and which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, this particular one, the whole revision of the audio in 24 hours, because of the feedback, I was very impressed. I was just like, whoa, this to, you know, because itna like logo mein ego aa jata hai ki nahi, hamara gana hai, hame jaise banana hai, humne bana diya, take it or leave it, right? But this was all about giving the audience what they want and just like respecting their opinion, which is so important. So hats off to Divine and team for taking all that on board and doing what was needed to be done. So yay, keep it trending, keep it going. Let us know what you guys liked about the song, and let me know what else we should get to. I'm there on Instagram. Miss Mola is there. See you soon. Live long and prosper.
Bye.